Made on Zencaster.
Jack Black.
You never seen Nacho Libre?
I know that's your spirit animal, but calm down.
My God, I'm getting irate over here, buddy. All right, welcome to another episode of Zero to Hero. On this bi-weekly episode, we're going to talk a little bit about our past and let y'all get to know us a little bit more from behind the mics. I'm here with my brother, also the producer of Headset Radio, and who helps produce this show, Jim.
You mean I do everything?
Yes,
sir.
Well, sorry.
You're just the face. Like, we all know you got the pretty face, and I got the golden voice. It's fine.
Oh, yeah. They do say I have the face for the radio, so... Oops.
They say... What they says is... Get him, that's the Yeti over there. Get him good.
Yeah, and it's always a guy named Will or something like that that's completely hammered.
Like, sometimes it's some dude who's completely washed out on moonshine. He's washed out on moonshine, and his name is some form of Terrence. Yeah. Terrence, Barrence, Lawrence, Ference, something like that. And he swears up and down that UFO is dropped off Yeti across the street. And you're like, dude, you don't have a street. He's like, I got a street. You're like, dude, that's a dirt road. Yeah. It's not a street. That's dirt.
The most amazing part is he has solid 3 teeth.
That's a guaranteed 3 teeth.
Guaranteed
minimum 3 teeth, maximum 5.
Hey, but he did see it, though. He saw it.
The big one he calls is Chomper. This one's called Chomper.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
But that was 20 years ago. So you've grown to like other stories and other stuff.
At one point, very, very close-minded to outside things.
You were very close-minded to anything that seemed nerdy. You didn't even like Magic. You thought Magic was stupid.
Yeah, you did.
I hate Magic. The only thing you liked was Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, that was about it.
Well, I tell you what, I can whoop the hell out of some raccoons with Yu-Gi-Oh! That's basically as far as I can get.
But yeah. So that's what our childhood was like. Was that me liking anime and you liking sports and military attire and sports? Yeah, that was like the quintessential guy thing to like. It's okay. Yeah. Things happen. He grew up, and now he's here today hosting a podcast, and it warms my heart so little that
hold it back. Hold it back.
He likes the anime.
Don't you
cried.
Do it.
You're a cry.
Yeah, don't you do it. Don't you ugly cry. So I guess let's talk about a little bit of I guess after high school of what happened to us, because we all know. Well, we don't all know, but you went to college and for education, and I actually just kind of stayed home and went to these really odd jobs along the years.
You worked some crazy jobs. Not really crazy jobs. You worked some terrible jobs. You worked at a convenience store for how long? And then you worked in a warehouse.
With you.
I managed.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a terrible idea. That was bad. And then you went from that to, you worked odds and ends for a little bit, and then you landed the job you currently have. You love this job, so yeah, I'm not mad about it. You're getting paid well.
Yeah, that's right. And I get to play with lasers all day too.
Exactly, you get to play with lasers. You get to hang out. You have some pretty good coworkers.
Oh yeah,
your boss likes you.
Yeah,
what more can you ask?
Yeah,
you enjoy yourself. It's great.
You can't complain about that. Yeah, that's right. I don't want to say any names, but I do work for a promotional company that uses lasers and inkjets, and we do all sorts of full color prints on coolers, bags, and 360 on cups. And I personally just run a $70,000 machine that imprints onto cups with using laser machines with frequencies and powers. It's pretty pretty difficult to begin with, but like once you get used to the numbers and stuff and what frequency works with what color, it gets pretty easy. And we're pretty consistently busy too ever since like the summertime almost. Like before
So you're
summer.
telling me your job started hard and got a lot easier once you figured it out.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've actually done some work for a couple people that have like show cars, and my work's in their show car. It's very cool to see them putting pictures up of their cars at these like big name shows, and like my work's in there. It's
you must feel a whole lot of pride with that.
I
would feel so much pride in that. Oh man,
just seeing the stuff I do on there, pretty cool.
Yeah, like every time you talk about your job, I'm always impressed the fact that you landed this job and you're so happy there.
And it was just the weirdest way too, because like they emailed me a job interview, and I was like, normally they call you, right? So I was like, I guess I'll go check this place out, and sure enough, I was the like 7th or 8th person there. now we're like over 30 people.
There you go, man.
4 years later, can't complain.
Right? Well, done. You're doing
done.
Great.
And we didn't even get a break from COVID. We were considered essential, so we didn't even lose no time.
There you go.
There you go.
Voila. You got paid.
You got paid for it, yeah. Now,
that's awesome.
Yeah, and then you had one hell of a job too. Like you just straight.
I don't
know what
a very interesting job.
You got to travel
before I started this company. I got to travel around the country and spy on people, or not really people. I got to spy on corporations for legally, which is kind of fun. And I got to fly all across the country, and I drove all across the country. So flying, driving, I've been everywhere in this country, and it's a fantastic country.
Yeah.
But COVID happened, and that was like, oh, hey, yeah, no, you can no longer travel. So we're firing everyone. And I was like, okay, cool. So, I'd like to drive for the most part. It was interesting. It was kind of fun. The only bad part is you're gone all the time. I was gone 24 days a month.
Yeah, I remember that you used to
always gone.
You used to like leave in the morning, and I wouldn't see you till literally the end of the month.
Yeah, I remember that one time you didn't see me for like 3 months.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that.
I left for Florida and then ended up back home around Christmas. I was New Hampshire, Florida, West Virginia, Alabama, LA, home. That was almost 3 months. Yeah, I think. Yeah, that was about it.
Yeah,
no one saw me.
Yeah, the one
I was dead.
The one thing I
remember
the thing that basically I missed the most about you living here was like the middle of the night you'd pop your head in the bedroom and you're like, fat boy run.
Oh my god. Okay, so we used to where I used to live at, where I used to live with Billy here. There was a McDonald's. There's a McDonald's about 15 minutes away.
Right. Yeah,
and he lives kind of in the boonies, not really the boonies, but enough in the boonies to where it takes a minute to get places. And 2, 3 in the morning, the only thing that's open is McDonald's.
Yeah,
and you're starving because you're 24 and you're starving Marvin, and
yeah,
you pop your head in like, hey, you want to do a fat boy run?
Yeah,
$20.
Come on, let's go. And then what would happen? We'd hop in your little car and wheezing and stuff like, hurry up.
Oh my god, I don't know how that car survived with our fat butts in that car.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so COVID hit and I couldn't work at my job anymore. I took the little bit of time off and kind of figured out what to do and started a podcasting company to let me go through and help creators create what they want to create. Because, you got people like Billy here who tell them how to do, like, I need you to go to the folder with the audio files in it. That's not happening.
No, yeah.
So
you
my
can
job
tell me
is
all
to
day.
do all the background work.
What is that? What, the folder? The power button? I can do the power button.
What's a power button?
Do you need me to turn it off, turn it back on? I mean, that's all I can do.
To be fair, before that job I worked in the tech industry for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Tech support and all the other fun stuff that go along with that. Yeah, tech support.
Yeah. Yeah, especially over the phone. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was fun. Mm-hmm. The rudest people I ever met were some of the supposedly the nicest people in the world, and I met some of the rudest people in that community.
Oh yeah,
And they would
yeah.
yell at me for no reason, and I'm like, "Stop yelling at me! There's nothing I can do about it. I'm sitting here looking pretty, trying to fix all your stuff. I'm just trying."
And then when we worked together at that warehouse, that was an interesting place. I'm just gonna say right there, that was the weirdest place ever.
That was a very strange opportunity. I want to use that word because if I use any other word, it's not going to sound nice.
No, yeah, no way.
It was very interesting to say the least, and it was. I don't want to say a lot of names because I don't want to give the guy any kind of promotion. That dude was a terrible boss,
Right.
terrible everything, and that whole thing was horrendous. And I don't want to give him any more any kind of promotion at all. But I will say there was a couple of days that we worked there that were just the highlights of that year, hands down.
Oh yeah, we had some really fun times when it was just us there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, when the boss is gone, we got so much work done, and we just messed around all the time when we got the work done.
No.
And I met one of the nicest people I ever met in my entire life there. His name was Dewey, and fantastic human being. He actually taught me how a boss should act, which was to check in on the employees and be there for them. It doesn't matter, it doesn't matter if you're boss. I'm there for you if you need me. It was very nice to have someone like that when in my mid-20s show me that that's how a supervisor and how a boss should treat you.
Exactly.
He was a great guy, and he passed away recently, and just good person. And those people leave a lasting impact on you for the rest of your life.
Yeah. I mean, still to this day, we tell stories about him and the funny things he would always say, like the old chucha thing.
Oh my god, chucha! Chucha was great.
Man, though I do tell you that at that working there, that was the first time ever I've, as Halloween actually approaches, that was the first place that we actually saw things fly off the shelves by themselves too.
Oh no! Come on, don't get into conspiracy theories.
Come on, that's a good conspiracy theory. I seen it, man.
Everything was slanted.
Oh, the shelves were slanted, right? Wait, do we have to say conspiracy theory to help us, to save us, so the government don't come out and search it for us?
Well, technically, I'm just going to put conspiracy theory in the metadata for this one, so anyone searching for conspiracy theory, ZeotoHero, is going to find us guaranteed every single time on the Google.
Yeah. So, conspiracies.
I think our episode was supposed to be about endless vaults today.
Yeah, I think so too, but I couldn't come up with something for that one.
I can just talk all day about how I'm pissed off about Heavy Arms being a unit for a space mission. God damn it.
Yeah. Like, why? Why?
Why are you a damn ground unit going to a space mission?
Man, yeah, them.
Well, yeah. So, the opportunities we've had in our life to do stuff and work in places and hear some crazy things from crazy people led us to where we are now, to where we have a understanding that everyone's different.
Yes.
And that everyone likes their own thing they like. And we're never going to judge anyone for the stuff they like. Unless it's, a little out there, like furries.
Oh, yes. Like, in
those people are just weirdos, and I'm just going to leave it like that. I think one step worse than furries are bronies.
Oh man, yes. Okay.
No. Everyone can like what they like, man. I'm just messing around.
Yeah.
And I'm never gonna be like, oh no, you can't like this because it's stupid. No, dude. Everyone, anyone, the worst movie is someone's favorite movie.
Oh yes.
I'm not gonna judge you.
I used to
never judge you.
I was years ago. I was that type of person that would judge someone for how they looked and stuff. But then I, come to find out that some of those people were the coolest people I've ever met too.
Yeah,
so I had a habit where I just stopped. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna get to know them first before I judge a character.
Yeah, like you can go off what people look like, but you're not going to get very far. You learn over time that people are people, and it doesn't matter what they look like; it's how they act,
Yeah.
and that's what you want to. You want to have the friends who act well, and that's what
Yes.
you want.
And
Act with kindness.
I've gotten to the point too as well. Like I kind of like how they say, you got 2 eyes and 2 ears and 1 mouth, so look and listen before you start, speaking and stuff. And I kind of got to the point where I like to listen to people's stories because there's some interesting people with some interesting backgrounds.
Oh man, it's great to listen to people talk for a while.
Yes.
That's why I like podcasts.
That's it. Yeah,
podcasts are great because you get to listen to someone talk for a little bit and get to know a little bit more about them. And like, I run a company where I make podcasts all day, and I have different clients and everything else, and they all have their own unique style of talking and their own stories. And so I get to listen to podcasts all day, and I get paid for it, and it's flipping awesome.
Hey, that's kind of like me too. I listen to podcasts all day, so I get paid for that too. Wait a minute.
Exactly. Just do what you like.
Hey,
you can live every day in life, right?
Yeah, you get paid to do it. I get paid to listen. Oh man.
I get paid to sit there and go, oh, why are they going again?
Yeah.
No, that's not too bad. And then, yeah, like we just had a really big day for one of our clients. They just launched their whole other product. They just launched their whole website, their podcast. They launched everything yesterday, and they were so excited because they've worked so hard in their entire life to get to this point, to where now they can actually do stuff they actually want to do, and it's the greatest feeling ever when someone actually gets to work on their passion project and you help them get to that.
Oh yeah,
it's amazing, and I'm so happy for them. And
yeah, that's like me. I remember you kept bugging me for countless months. Like, hey, you should do a podcast. Hey. And then, I was like, I was on the fence. I was like, man, I don't know, because I talk to people face to face. I don't know how I would do it, talking to somebody over Zoom calls or Zencast or phone. And then, once Liz basically drew the logo, I was sold. I was like, all right, we're doing this. This logo's
your logo. Cool. I love your logo. My partner did your logo up, and that is the sickest logo I think I've ever seen for a podcast.
Yeah, and
I love that logo.
And I love how just I chicken scratched it with a bunch of lines, and she interpreted it so well.
She is fantastic. She's an amazing artist. She did your logo. She's done a lot of our logos. She did our headset radio logo.
Oh yeah.
Did Now I See logo. She's done.
Well, not only that, she's done some secret logos for me as well with those other 5. Or the 6.
Oh yeah. Those are coming up eventually. They'll be out and about at some point here soon once they start getting a little more traction going. Yeah, those would be really cool.
Definitely.
I like those. Yeah. She's amazing, and she's the person I want to spend the rest of my life with. So yeah. I'm gonna always have an artist in my my back pocket. It'd be great.
Just when you need it.
Be like, oh, I need some artwork. Hold up. Honey?
Let me just make a phone call, bud. So now that you got me doing this, like the podcast and the website and the blogs and writing articles and just trying to.
I believe we called it Morphin Grid Memoirs.
Sorry, Morphin Grid Memoirs.
Hey, they're your passion project. You need to learn how to name things.
Oh man, but yeah. So since you got me doing that, I've kind of got back into watching starting to watch animes, Gundams, catching up with some of the Power Ranger seasons I completely missed. Now that I'm doing this podcast, and the Facebook page and all this, the cool stuff, kind of want to target, a community where you're not feeling like you're going to get judged for what you post and asking questions, and I feel like that's the way I want to go and get a following for that, and a listening group, see how that goes.
So you want to create a place where people aren't going to be judged for what they ask and not knowing the right answer right away.
Yes,
right?
That's correct.
So a safe space.
Safe space.
You damn snowflake.
Yeah, come on, get the cry box.
No, but I get exactly where you're coming from because I get it, man. Like the internet, Reddit, everywhere. There, there's so much not hate, but so much dislike about new members of communities that it's hard to find a new community to become part of.
Yes, there's actually a couple pages I'm following, and like somebody will come out and be like, "Hey, I'm a pink Power Ranger because I'm gay and I like pink," and they just go off on these people, and like that's not what we
Oh
want,
man,
you know?
yeah. I follow the r/Power Rangers page, and I follow a couple other pages. They're talking about how spoiler alert right now. Izzy, the new Green Ranger, is supposed to be a lesbian, and they just some people are so hateful. Oh my god! Like to be fair, there's a huge part of the community that's been like, "Oh, this is amazing," a lot of support and a bunch of other things, but there's just a batch of people who just completely hate against this idea of a lesbian Power Ranger in a kids show, and I'm like, Steven Universe did this, Star versus the Forces of Evil's done this, She-Ra did this, Voltron already had something like this. It's not end of the world, and it needs to be happening because gay people are part of the community we live in,
Oh yeah,
and they're part of everyday life. And voila, done. We need to have more gay representation. And me being someone of the Velvet Mafia should have this. Like, I love my partner, hands down. But me and her are very, very rainbow friendly. So I know that, yeah, and I know that the community is amazing because I'm part of that community, and we know who we are. We know what we like.
yeah,
And
exactly.
I know that there's kids out there who don't know who they are yet, who have a lot of questions and don't know where to look, and might see this new character as, being a lesbian and going, "Oh, hey, this is normal. Okay, cool. Like this isn't this is normal. This is it's gonna and it's on network TV, and it's a real person being a lesbian on network TV for kids. It is awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing how well this pulls off. Like
Yeah.
they did Legend of Korra, they've done Star, they've done Steven Universe, but those are all cartoons, and this is an actual person. And I think it's gonna have far more impact than just Legend of Korra, Steven Universe, and everything else.
And I welcome it because like some of the funniest people I've ever met in my life are like like a part of the LGBTQ and
Yeah, well, they've added more letters to it. LGBTQIA now. So,
Jesus.
like, and the thing is, Billy can be wrong about it, but he's not going to be mad about being corrected about it because that's learning and that's growing onto who you are and building yourself to be a better person.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you want for the whole. I know that's what you want, and I know that's what I want to help cultivate as well. Is a community of people who can take a step back and go, "Oh, hey, I was wrong. Hold up. That's I had a moment. It's okay. I figured it out.
Exactly. I'll admit my own faults and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And as long as everyone can take a step back themselves when they correct someone too, be like, "Hey, I think you might be wrong here. I think this is the right answer." And if it's an opinion piece, I disagree with your opinion. This is why I disagree with it, and this is what I respect your opinion, but I disagree with it.
Yes,
something like that.
And just remember, just read off Wiki.
Yeah, read off the Wiki. Yeah, are you reading off the Wiki? No.
Yeah, no, no. So, like, what? Okay, well, what's a bold? I'm going to ask a bold statement or a bold question. Then, what do you see this podcast and what you do in 5 years?
My production studio in 5 years?
Yes.
And this podcast? Hope this podcast is still going. I have faith it's going to keep going because the community is amazing, hands down. It's a small community now, but it's going to keep growing. And that's what's going to happen with your podcast. It's going to keep growing. I know that eventually we're going to have more people on, and it's going to grow into something a lot larger. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be very engaging for people to keep coming back to it because it's always going to have something new with it. And we're not going to stagnate with just one thing. I know that for a fact. We're not going to stagnate just by doing Lightning Collection or just by doing anime, just by doing Power Rangers or just one thing. No, there's room to grow because it's not just focused on one thing. There's room to expand and bring in other communities to bolster.
Because I feel like
I think that's what's going to happen with you in 5 years. Within about 5 years, it's going to be its own little universe.
Because I feel like if you focus on one subject for just too long, you're gonna burn people out. You're gonna burn yourself out on it, and you're gonna lose focus of sight.
Yeah, and with your own little your podcast is gonna be its own thing, and it's gonna develop its own characteristics, its own mannerisms. And it's gonna be its own thing for the community to enjoy, and that's why I wanted you to start this podcast. I really, really wanted you to start it and get it going and get moving with it because you have so much to share with people, but I don't think you had a place to share it with. You have stuff to share, and in 5 years, you're going to have so much more. You're going to learn so much, and you're going to evolve into someone different than you are right now. And everyone who's involved with this is going to be different.
Yes.
That's where I see it. Same thing goes with my company. We're going to be a production company, and by about 5 years from now, hopefully, you're going to be a fantastic production company. We already are a great production company, if I say so myself. But in 5 years, we'll see where. I want to keep doing this. I love doing this job because I'm doing all the cool stuff I always want to do, and so I'm getting to do all the things I like to do. And so I'm looking forward to seeing where I'm at. I can't predict what's going to happen, but hopefully I'm still doing what I'm doing and enjoying myself. I want to have a headset network set up. So everyone is part of the network, can talk to each other and interview with each other and all those stuff. Because, I have a couple clients so far, but there's no real connection between all of them. I'm just doing work for everyone.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Hopefully by then, in 5 years, I have a nice pool of collection and everyone can talk to each other and I can have crossovers. I want to do crossovers. Oh, yeah,
that'd be cool.
Great.
But here's the real question. What'd I do with my hands?
I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. Just put them down, Ricky.
Put them down, Ricky. Yeah.
I don't know what to do with my
yeah.
But that's my hopes and dreams for my company and for this podcast. And I want everyone on a podcast to do well, and I want them all, to hopefully bring joy to somebody. Yeah. Let me ask you this then.
Okay.
Let me ask you. You heard what I thought is going to be in 5 years. What do you think is going to be in 5 years?
I kind of see it as like in general.
Yeah. Where do you see Zero to Hero podcast and next year? And next year, where do you want to see it?
Well, honestly, I see just a slow, steady climb. I want to see the page pop off. I want to see the numbers visiting the website, seeing the stuff that I have to write and stuff. And damn, I keep saying stuff a lot. I need to stop that. It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, this stuff's getting kind of stuffy.
Yeah, it's real stuffy. I don't know. I just see a slow, steady climbing in 1 year, and then I just I say in 5 years I'll probably be doing this part-time after work, and then I know for you from 5 years, I see you in 5 years just busy. You might have to have somebody else.
Don't put me into the bus like that. No, not yet.
I'm doing the bus. I'm driving the bus, putting you under.
Oh, come on, man. Don't run me down.
No. Yeah.
I'm not getting that busy. I'm running a company by myself, and I'm doing all this stuff. I'm doing everything I'm doing, and I like what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I don't feel like I'm working yet.
I still don't know how you get up after downward dog in yoga.
Oh, it's really hard. You get up and you cry while you're getting up, and you lay there because you've fallen and you can't get back up. And then I'm too fat for anyone to actually pick up, so they call EMS, and I'm so ashamed I start crawling out the door. by the time I get to the grate for the sewer, I just try to slip down. I get stuck in there, and then the fire department shows up and starts pulling me out. And eventually, you're on Bing Maps at some point. Your butt crack showing off, and then people ask you about it. You're like, "Well, it's the Grand Canyon. It's free to view."
Yeah. Remember that time you sent me the video when you walking out the door and you like completely missed the steps?
Oh my god! Yeah, I know. I completely missed those steps.
I think the Richter scale popped off on that one. You must have registered a 2.0.
I did the roll. I did the tuck and roll, and Liz was just like freaking out. She's like, "Oh my god, you okay?" And I'm like, I sat back up and I'm like, No, I'm not. I'm not okay. Not one bit. No, I'm fine. No, call 211. Like, what's 211? Call my doctor. You don't have a doctor. Call my call the veterinarian. Why call the veterinarian? I can't afford a doctor.
Yeah, just you can't get up. They gotta come euthanize you.
Just put me down now.
And now we're here.
I really think Z2H podcast has a lot of potential, and as long as it's being nurtured and provided to, it's going to keep growing. And the community so far has been fairly active, and everyone seems pretty cool. And we've had some pretty fun guests on. We're going to keep having guests on, or you're going to keep having guests on. Yeah. And we'll see where this all takes us, because this is an experiment for you.
Well, yeah. If you have any questions about us, if you want to know anything about like more in depth, like feel free to leave a comment on our Facebook page. We'll it's under Zero to Hero on the Facebook, and you ask to join, and we will approve.
Yeah, I also set up a contact page on your website if you want to get in contact with Billy. I have a contact page as well on headsetradio.com/contact us. If you ever want to know more about what I'm doing. Our stuff is a lot of technical things, so if you need help with setting up your website, you need help kind of figuring out where you want to take your passion project. Like artists, like we can do artists. We've done artists, we've done gyms, we've done podcasts, we've done churches, we've done all kinds of stuff. And so everyone has their own idea of what they want, and my job is to help you bring your idea to life. And that's what I like doing.
But yeah, so you can catch us on zeotohero.com, headsetradio.com. My Twitter is zeotohero as well, and so is the Facebook page. Always drop a like, comment, and then Ninja or Fliphead.
This has been our little journey to get where we are now, and kind of thought process, a little bit more behind the scenes stuff, because you don't normally get to hear about this kind of stuff with normal podcasts. So we want to give you a little bit more behind the scenes stuff, behind what's happening, what you're hearing, because we're doing the funny bits, the front and back ends of the episodes, which are always, we think they're hilarious, but that's our opinion. So go right ahead, contact us via Facebook, via the contact forums, or however you want to get in contact with us about this, about what you like about the show. If you have anything to say, make sure if you find a review for us, do the reviews, give us 5 stars, because we're just like Uber. If you get us less than 5 stars, we're gonna die. But
that's what the captors say.
Yeah, exactly. We're not gonna make you have Stockholm syndrome, I swear. Right. That's what I thought. But enjoy yourselves. Roll with it, man. Life is too short to hold grudges.
And thanks again for listening to this episode of Zero to Hero. Kind of like the behind the scenes and a little more about us and where we were from and how we came to be on this podcast. Hey, does this look infected? God damn. Damn.
Does it look affected?
Yeah. Should I be worried?